Okay, so feet fist distance apart. Actually, no, feet wider than that. Let's go with the outer part of the hips. So I'm just going to relax my shoulders down. We're only going to be standing for a small time, and then I'll tell you when to move your cameras down, okay? So we're going to be, actually we might stand and do the weights as well. Okay, so I've got my feet pressed into the floor, through toes, through heels. I'm going to reach my head up to the ceiling and just reach back and take the head in the hands, but only if it's comfortable for you. Any shoulder injuries, not necessary, we're only going to roll down. So I'm pressing my head back into my hands, drawing my ears back in line with my ears. So let's just think, or in line with my shoulders, let's just think about that. I want to feel my lateral muscles switch on. So just below those armpits, those lats, imagine that you're going to squeeze your elbows together but not doing it, and then tucking your chin down towards your chest. So I want to press the back of my head up to the ceiling. As I breathe out, slide my chest down and just tuck a little bit further. Take your time on this. So I'm just getting a little bit of downward pressure. I'm turning my head a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right to get that stretch. And I'll kind of be doing this throughout the class just to keep the neck nice and relaxed. So I'm just turning my head left and right, tucking my chin, pressing up. As I breathe out, I want to imagine my ribs dipping inside my body. And I'm going to round down towards the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. Breathing in at the bottom. Now press the toes in, draw up in the abdominals, tuck the tail and round up one vertebrae at a time. Feel the stretch in the neck as you're coming up. Beautiful. Take the arms down by your side and let's just do a few shoulder shrugs. Maybe one by one. Just waking up those shoulders. Maybe a few shoulder circles, which will go a little bit deeper. Yeah, don't hit each other. Unless she's annoyed you this morning, Barbara, then give her a good wallop and just blame it on the Pilates. So, yeah, nice big circles. Okay. Reach those shoulders down, reach the arms up in line. So I'm reaching, now I'm trying to touch from wall to wall. If it were possible to make my arms longer, reach my neck. Still keep that stretch in the back of the neck. So draw the rib cage in a little, and I'm just going to draw some circles. Now I'm thinking about my upper back being strong. I'm thinking about my shoulder blades sliding down. Weight even on both feet. Just small little circles, and let's reverse. Keep going, you guys keep going. I'll just put the heating off before I coach. Keep going. Now just make the circles a little bit bigger. So I'm going back in reverse and I'm making the circles. Watch the neck. So I'm pushing the head up, relaxing the shoulder blades down. Use those lateral muscles, remember. So imagine you're going to squeeze your shoulders back into their sockets and reverse. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Relaxing those shoulders, relax the neck. Maybe if you need to, stretch out that neck again. We're going to grab our water bottles or your pans or whatever you have just to give yourself a little bit of resistance. I'm very fancy with my sparkling water. Okay, so I have my 2 in right in front of my chest. So it's literally right in front of my sternum. I'm holding both together. My feet are still planted. My knees are a little soft. I'm not locking them back. Neck, watch the neck. So pull the abdominals in from front to back and really widen that upper back, pressing forward, squeeze them away from you. So I'm holding them straight in front. Shoulders back, and then I'm just going to pull them straight in, elbows out to the side. Press out, pull them straight in, elbows out to the side. If you've ever done this with heavier weights before, it is unbelievably challenging with something like a kettlebell or a weight. My son keeps trying to get me to do them. They're really hard, but they're really good for shoulder and back. So squeeze in, squeeze out. Pull in using those shoulder blades, slide down, use the waist for 5, elbows straight out for 4, 3, for 2. Last one, hold them out here. So I'm holding my arms out in front, relaxing my shoulders down, lower them down a tiny bit, just a little bit. And you're going to feel your shoulder blades, squeeze them together in the back. If you had a pencil between your shoulder blades, reach your tail down to the floor, and I'm just going to open out to the side, squeeze shoulder blades, squeeze back in, open out. So again, I'm still thinking about those lateral muscles. I'm squeezing down. Try and keep the arms straight if you can. My arms are getting tired already. Regretting the liter bottles. Squeeze out and back. Squeeze so my arms are straight. I'm squeezing using my shoulder blades for 4, for 3, 2. Now on the last one, as you bring them in, bend the elbows. So my elbows are bent again. And my nails are together. My elbows and my nails are together. I may need to kneel down because you might not be able to. I'll just kneel down for a second just so I can show you. So no, you guys stay standing. So if I'm here, I'm going to push my head up, pull, and then I'm just going to turn, invert them, and then bring them back. So invert the bottles or the cans and back and down. So my nails touch here, my nails touch here. Squeeze, watch the neck. So I'm tucking my chin a little bit, squeeze, squeeze up. Keep going. Shoulders should be getting well warmed up now. So hands should be turning upside down. Thumbs should face the floor. Thumbs face the floor like you're doing a thumbs down. Let's go. 7. Yeah, that's it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And down we go. Shrug those shoulders down. Take a second. So I still have them at my chest. I still have them at my chest. I'm going to pull my abdominals in, reach my head up. And then I'm going to reach straight up to the ceiling. So I've got them now at a right angle to my head. I'm going to widen my chest, squeeze my shoulder blades, pull my belly in, and just squeeze up. But imagine that what you're holding is heavier than it is. And you're just going to squeeze up, squeeze down, squeeze up. Don't let your elbows go any lower than your shoulders. So imagine you're pushing the elbows away. Push the elbows to the other side of the room. Squeeze down. Yeah, push out. Let's go 7. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3. Any overhead work is hard work. 2. 1 more, and down we go. Relaxing the arms down. Put one bottle or weight down or whatever you have down. So if I were standing, imagine I'm standing. I'm going to have the weight in my right hand, relaxing those shoulders down. I'm going to pull up in the front of the abdominals. It's kind of resting on my thigh at the moment. My knuckles are facing front. And I'm just going to lift. So again, a lateral raise. I'm going to think about my lats as I squeeze it back down. You want to lift maybe as high as the ear. Squeeze. And down. Keep the shoulder into the socket. I think we used to do this in class with the bands, with the blue bands. So imagine that you're pulling on a band. Keep the body still. Don't let the body swing about. Shoulder should be well warmed up. Squeeze up, lower halfway. Squeeze up, lower halfway. And up, yeah. Don't let the body shift. And 4, and 3, and 2, And 1, let's change. Shoulders are down, so I'm starting off on my thigh, I'm lifting as high, but I'm sort of not straight out to the side, I'm a little bit towards the front. Reach, my arm is straight, but my shoulder, my humeral head is being drawn back into the socket. My chest and body are staying still, so use your abdominals. Okay, now take it halfway, lift all the way. Halfway, lift all the way. Let's just go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down we go. Beautiful. Put both your water bottles down. I'm going to go back to standing. I'm going to turn sideways and we're just going to do a few squats. Remember, if the knees are an issue, you do your wall sit, sit against the wall just to get the quads active. But I'm going to have my feet as wide as the outer part of my hips. I'm going to reach my heels down and my tail down. I've got strong legs, strong position, reach the arms out, shoulders back into their sockets, abs inside. And then I'm going to sit back on my imaginary chair. Okay, dig the heels in, sit down, and up, back up again. Sit down, and back up again. I did these already this morning. Don't let the knees travel over the toes. So make sure the knees are in the same line as your toes and almost sit back behind you. In fact, if you had a couch or a chair behind you, visualize yourself sitting back onto it. Try not let the body lean forward, Jane. So you want to try and keep the body up straight. You have to use your abs. You're going to sit down. Try not lean forward. Try sit back. You have to keep the hips open. Let's go squeeze up, squeeze down. Watch the knees. Pull the ribs in as you stand up. Pull the ribs and the abs in. 6. That's better. 5. You really need to sit back like you're sitting on your couch. 4. 3. Watch the knees. 2. Now hold it on the last one. Hold it on the last one. So sit back, reach out through those sit bones, and you're just going to do little pulses here. I really need to sit out through my sit bones, push my heels in, pull my abs up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're all the way up. Super. Shaking out those legs. Let's take it straight down to the mat when you're ready. This is when you're going to use actually nothing. We're not going to do anything. We're going to lie all the way down onto the mat. So sort out your cameras now. So sort out your cameras, but have your pillow ready or your blue ball. Either the pillow or the blue ball. Now I'm going to find myself on the mat. I want to slide my shoulders down, reach my hands down towards my heels. I'm pressing my hands into the mat, pressing my head into the mat. Breathing out to allow the ribs to slide down. Pressing that sacrum in. I know you can't see the movement in my waist because I'm in all black, but what I want you to think about, don't look at the camera, just focus on what's going on inside. So press the feet into the mat. And then as you exhale, draw gently up in that pelvic floor like you're holding in a wee and tilt the pelvis to press the lower back in. And then roll the pelvis forward, slight lift to the lower back. Really, it's not lifting it off the mat. Really, it's just not pressing it in. I'm pulling up. So my head shouldn't be moving up and down on the mat. I'm just pulling up inside, activating the lower abdominals. We're going to use them. And exhale. Try not overuse your glutes. So try and just use those abs to pull up for 3, for 2. Now on the last one, as you tilt the pelvis, press the lower back in, reach the head, relax the chest, and let's lift the hips all the way up to the ceiling. First bridge. So I want to keep the hips up nice and high. I want to imagine I'm going to drag my heels into my bum. Don't do it, just imagine. And then lower your chest, your ribs, your waist, and your sacrum. And go again. And down we go. I'm just going to walk my feet in a little bit. It'll challenge it a little bit more. I'll get more of a stretch. Two more. Hold the hips up here for me. So press the hips up, keeping that chest wide, reach the arms up to the ceiling. I'm really pressing my feet into the mat, and I'm lifting using my glutes, almost like I'm tucking my tail. As the arms reach back behind you, try and keep your shoulders down, your chest and ribs from popping, so I'm going to keep that. And then I'm just going to lower my hips halfway down. So I'll probably just get to my middle back, and then I'm going to lift all the way up, halfway down, all the way up. Activating that upper back and stretching it out. So visualize pressing the upper back into the mat. The head, sinking the shoulders down, squeeze and lift for 3, 2, 1 more for me. Now, as you lower your hips, try and reach your waist away from you. So you want to try and lengthen your spine, finding your neutral, which can be hard when you're in this position, and use the exhale to draw the arms back. So the ribs should have slid down. Reach back and take the head into the hands. Let your head go nice and heavy, like we did at the beginning of the class. I'm just going to tuck my chin a little bit. So I'm looking through my thighs, but I haven't flexed up. I've just tucked my chin right down to my chest. I haven't bent in the center of my body yet. As I breathe out, slide the ribs down and curl up head and shoulders. So now I've lifted my shoulder tips off the mat. My middle back is pressed down, and I'm just going to curl back without pressing the head any further forward. Think about pressing that middle back in, bending just in the center of the body, watching that neck. Pull up inside to lift and lower. Pull up 5, 4, 3. Don't forget to narrow your waist. 2. Pull the waist in. Last 1. And down we go. Lengthening your neck as you go. Reach your arms down by your side. So I want you to think about this now. I want to press my feet into the mat again. Press my sacrum in. And as I pull up inside that muscle down low, I'm going to tilt my pelvis and press my lower back in. Now maintain the lower back or the imprint position. Maintain it there. Maintain the upper back. Neck nice and long, so the whole spine should be on the mat, right to the top of those shoulders. Take the left leg to tabletop. Take the right leg to tabletop. You'll notice that your knees may be a little bit closer to your chest, so I'm going to let them float a little bit forward. But what I want to try and do is keep my lower back imprinted into the mat. So breathe out. Push the lower back in. Pull up. Go on, try and get all the lower back right up to the top, and then reach the legs a tiny bit away, just a tiny bit away. Now pull up inside to pull the legs back in again. This exhale. I'm relaxing my shoulders, my upper back, and I'm really trying to imprint my back before I reach the legs away. So I want to try and get long in the lower back. Push. As you bring your knees back in, you should be able to imprint again. So middle back, press away, pull up. Ribs slide down, diaphragm softens under the rib cage. Narrow those waists, put the weightlifter belt on, squeeze the waist, the hips. One more. And down we go. Take the feet back down to the mat. Relaxing everything, relaxing your jaw. So you're going to take your pillow and you're going to put it under your sacrum this time. So I'm going to lift my hips and put it under my sacrum now. If it bothers your back, if you have the blue ball, you can go ahead and use the blue ball, but just don't have it too pumped up or you'll be all over the shop. So I have I have my pillow under my lower back. If it bothers your back, get rid of it. This just do you no good other than bothering your back. But you'll find at the end of this that your back should feel longer. So what I have done is I've pressed my sacrum into the pillow and I'm going to pull up in the front of my abdominals. Imagine I'm trying to imprint my back onto the mat. Obviously it won't happen. As I breathe out, ribs flatten down, arms reach down, pressing the palms in, the shoulders, using the arms. Don't just leave your arms like this. Press your arms in. Now take the left leg up to tabletop. That's slow. And take it down, that's slow. Feel how those hip flexor muscles, those transverse muscles should trigger. I took my other leg up and I placed it down. What I don't want to happen is my hips to wriggle about, because we want to be mindful of this through this whole next portion of the class. So really pull up, don't let the hips roll forward or back or from side to side. So you're using that pull up inside, arms, head. Now take one leg up and leave it up. Take the other leg up and leave it up. So I've got my knees now in tabletop. Just move them away a little bit from the body. I'm really feeling my lower abdominals working. So I want to imagine that I'm going to tilt my pelvis and press my lower back in, but I'm going to really pull up in that pelvic floor. And again, I'm going to reach both legs out. I'm going to pull both legs in, but I'm not doing it at a really fast pace. I'm pulling up here in the front before and pulling up to pull them back in. This exhale. And back. And exhale. And 3 more. And 2. 1 more. Ribs narrow, waist narrow, pulls in. Bend the knees and take them back to the mat, always in control. Now I'm going to bend my elbows at a right angle. I just worked my shoulders down a little there. Now press the upper arms in and press the shoulders. Your chest might lift, we'll sort that out in a sec. So try and press your shoulders back, right to the tip here into the mat. As you exhale, you have to contract those rib cages, sink them down, pull up inside and take that left leg up to tabletop. Take the right leg up to tabletop, leaving them fist distance apart. Imagine your hands are kind of like your runway or your path. Your knees are going to stay inside your hands. So I want to press my arms, my upper arms, my shoulders, and I'm going to pull up and I'm going to lower and toe tap right foot without letting it go out to the side. Draw it straight back up in a line. So I'm using my leg muscles as well. Keep going. Visualize reaching that leg through sand. Don't let the hips roll. Remember, you need to get that pull up internally. Don't let the head shift on the mat. Make sure that you're not feeling your head move up and down. Yeah, use that pull up internally to lower and lift. Slow it down. Slow it down, Catherine. Nice. One more. Leave that foot down and then follow through with the other. So you've got both feet down. Okay, so we're going to go with a straight leg position. Therefore, I'm going to straighten my arms out onto the mat. So I've got my arms flat, my palms, my wrists. Taking my exhale, press into the pillow and pull up in the front to draw the legs up, taking both legs together. Okay, now I'm going to reach my legs up to the ceiling and I'm going to find a point in the ceiling. Maybe there's no point in the ceiling, but try and pick a bullseye. You want to imagine you're trying to reach for that bullseye in the ceiling. I'm reaching out through my sit bones and out through the crown of my head, relaxing the ribs, pull up inside. Let's get a stretch across the front of the hips. So I'm really pulling up in the front of my abs as I lower my right leg, keeping it straight. Reach it away, lengthen. Now pull up in the front of the abdominals to draw it back. And this exhale. Ribs, diaphragm softens, lengthen the leg, pull up. I don't want to take any tension, so I want to allow my ribs and my jaw. Try not let the pelvis tilt, so push into that pillow before you lower. Yeah, get rid of it if it bothers your back. Last one. And legs lift, leave the legs here. And we're going to go into a little V. So I have my heels together and I'm going to reach through my head. Now find your bullseye, reach for it. Bend the knees into the chest, let the knees go a little bit wider than the hips. Squeeze the heels together and straighten up to that bullseye. So I'm reaching my heels up to that bullseye and I'm going to pull back. Pull up in the abs to reach. Kind of like a upside down frog position. But as I bend my knees, my hips open. As I reach, I'm going to narrow my hips, narrow my waist, and reach for that bullseye. For 3. For 2. One more. And bend the knees. Let's give them a little hug into the chest for a second. You'll find that your lower back will benefit for this more with the pillow anyway. Okay, knees from shoulder to shoulder. Taking the feet down, just take a second. You might need to sort out your hips again. Okay, relaxing those shoulders, reach the hands away. We're going to do a little bit more of a coordination move. It'll be a little bit more advanced as well, but you can stick with the bent knee position if you want. Again, I'm going to exhale. Ribs down, push into the pillow. Almost get that pull up inside to taking the legs back up again. My knees are in tabletop and they're over my hips. I'm going to straighten my legs out and then I'm going to lift them straight up to the ceiling. So it's almost like a double leg lowers. My legs are straight up. Remember, you can leave your knees bent a little. And then I'm going to lower my legs a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to bend them into tabletop. And then I'm going to double toe tap. However, I'm only going a little way down and then I'm going to reach them out, lift them back up, lower them back down, bend, toe tap, lift, reach, lift, lower straight, bend, lower bent, lift, lengthen, lift. Watch the neck and shoulders. So I don't want to take any tension up there. One more. And up. Bend the knees and take them back to the mat. Lengthening that neck away. We're going to finish just one more and then we're taking the pillow out, okay? And we'll get another work on that lower back. So I'm pulling up inside, pressing into the sacrum, lengthening my neck, ribs, legs come up. Now my legs are fist distance apart. And again, I'm reaching them away a little bit so they're in line with my hip joints. Visualize pulling them back into your hips, that femur, that long bone sinking down. I'm going to reach away, straight leg in the right leg, and lower it down. Pull up in the front of the abdominals to lift it back. I don't want to grip too much here, so I want to soften the diaphragm. Use the lower abs. Nice exhale, nice relaxed shoulders and jaw. Again, press into that pillow to reach the leg away. Press into even the mat if you've taken the pillow out. 2 more. One more. And rest. Take that pillow out and give the knees a little hug into the chest, but leave the pillow beside you because we're going to use it now in a sec. Or the ball. If you have the ball, you can do that too. Okay, pillow between the knees. Relax those shoulders, reach the hands down again. I'm going to press my palms in. I'm going to allow my shoulder blades to tuck right down. Now, really visualize your chest widening on your mat, so your neck lengthening. I'm going to pull up in the front of my abdominals, press my sacrum, reach the arms up to the ceiling. So the pillow's between my knees. Now I'm really squeezing the pillow or the blue ball between my knees, like really squeezing it. I'm not just pretending to. I'm going to narrow, imagine that weightlifter's belt, narrow the waist, the hips, and the sit bones. Tilt the pelvis just a little, not a whole lot, just to get that pull up in the front, and lift the hips up to the ceiling. And lower the hips down. And lift up. I'm really squeezing the pillow. I'm pressing the balls of my feet in. Big toes, heels, squeeze and lift. Try not press that chest up. For 4, for 3, 2. Now last one, let's hold it up nice, hold it up. So I'm going to really reach my knees away like I'm trying to push the pillow away. And I'm going to squeeze it a little bit more, reach my head in the opposite direction. Now press your toes in and lift your heels. Yeah. Now lift your hips a little higher and slide your shoulder blades down a lot. Squeeze the pillow and lower the heels, not the hips. Keep the hips up, lift the heels. Lower. Pull up in the front of those abs. Squeeze. Squeeze pillow. Squeeze, roll up. Let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keep the heels lifted for me. Keep the hips lifted for me. Arms, obviously. And lower the hips halfway. But my heels are still lifted. And then lift the hips all the way up. Squeeze the pillow. Up. And exhale. Squeeze pillow. Squeeze hips. Squeeze abs. Narrow waist. Let's go 7. Let's go 6. Use here, not here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And down we go. Super. Take that pillow out. Leave it behind you. Take the arms back down by your side, relaxing your shoulders down by your side. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Press the middle and the upper back in. Curl up head and shoulders. So I'm reaching forward like I'm trying to touch the wall in front. Now relax your sternum, the bone in the center of your chest. Push the head up, push the middle back in. If you have any shoulder injuries, it's best not to lift too high. I'm going to breathe in and lift the arms up to the ceiling. Lift them behind. Breathe out, lower them. Lift up, lift behind. And down. Again, I want to use my lateral muscles. I want to think about my upper back. Squeeze ribs and waist. 3, strong arms. 2, 1 more, and hold it here. Reach the legs away. As I exhale, I'm going to round up and straighten my legs. Round up and straighten the legs. Now, if you need to, you're going to grab your pillow for your back or your ball for your back. So if your back is an issue, it's not needed in this one, but only if your lower back is an issue. Sure, it's not a bad idea to have it handy there anyway, because we're going to do our seated roll back with a little bit more back work. Now, shoulder injuries, Jane, this isn't going to be for your shoulders. This isn't going to be good, so just hold a flat back position. If you have any shoulder injuries, any frozen shoulder, definitely not. So I'm going to press my feet down into the mat. Let me turn. I've let my knees go out to the side a little bit, and I want to sit up tall. So I'm pushing the top of my head up to the ceiling. Imagine I'm pressing my ears back in line. This is going to be really important. So my ears are back in line with my shoulders and my ribs are inside. I want to gently draw up the lower abdominals. Now, as I imagine that I'm narrowing my waist and my hips, I'm taking my legs back, but it's not necessary. You can leave your legs here. If it's more comfortable for your hips, no bother at all. Won't make any difference. I have to turn sideways to show you. So I'm sitting up nice. Now my thumbs, I know you can't see, but my thumbs are facing the ceiling. My thumbs are facing up, like I'm going to shake hands with someone. Now pull your shoulders back into their sockets. So humeral head back. Lift your heart a little bit. You really need to pull the abdominals up and lengthen your waist. Now I'm going to hinge forward a little bit while keeping the flat back. So I just brought my body forward, but still flat. Now try and lift the arms up in line with the ears. Okay, my biceps, I'm going to try and lift my heart a little bit more. I'm going to push my head up. Watch the neck, Anne-Marie. So I'm going to push the back of my neck up. Pull your belly in, pull your waist in. So important. Now my thumbs are facing behind me. Keep the body still and just pulse the thumbs behind you. So pulse back. Like you're hitching a lift behind you. Squeeze the upper back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. So I want to think about activating that upper back. Strong arms, straighter arms if you can. So you want to go straighter arms, open your chest, squeeze back, lift from that. Yeah, there you go, lift. Now pull the ribs in so that your body isn't, watch the neck and back. Watch those shoulders, Jane. Yeah. Jenny, I think it is. Just hinge your body forward. Yeah, a little bit more forward. You want, the more you hinge forward, the more you'll work your back. One more, and from there, go into the bent arm position. So just lower the arms, bend the elbows, sitting up on those sit bones. Reach the head up. Now I'm going to tuck my tail a little bit underneath me. I want to imagine pulling my pubic bone back to my sacrum. So front to back, pull up, and then I'm going to round back just a little. Now really rely on those abs. Pull the belly up, pull in more, tuck tail more, lift the arms. Lower the arms, round up, and exhale. Pull up. Yeah, beautiful. When I lift my arms, I open my chest. Use your lats. So use here to lift the arms. Lower, lift. Last one. When you roll back, lift the arms, keep the arms lifted, and round up to seated. Lower arms, round back, lift, and lift, and down, and lift. One more. Shoulders down, and we're up. Let's hug those knees to stretch out the back for a second, watching the neck. If you again take that press on the back of the neck, pressing the head up, and up we come to seated, relaxing your shoulders. Find those sit bones again. Remember, you can let the knees open to find your height. Pull up, reach the arms forward, shoulders back, ribs in. Lift the arms up. Straighter arms, strong arms. Imagine you're holding some weight over your head, thumbs facing behind. Lift your heart, pull the ribs and the belly in, and pulse back. Lateral muscles, squeeze back. Squeeze, squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come back down, shoulders are back, and I'm going to tuck my tail a tiny bit, but not a huge amount, because I want to try and keep a very straight back, kind of straight back. I'm pulling up, pull the ribs back. Now bring your ears back, reach your head up, hinge back a little bit more. Open the arms out and in. Don't let your head jut forward. Keep your head, your ears back. Push your head up to the ceiling. Pull your belly in, hinge back a little bit more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. If you have the pillow behind you, away from you, and then let's turn around into our all fours position. Sorry, I'm just sorting out my mat, it's all over the top. So again, shoulder injuries. This, if your shoulders bother you, and this might not be for you, I'd like to give you another option, but you could hold a low plank if you wanted to. So I've got my hands underneath my shoulders, but a little wider than normal, so they're kind of to the outer side of my shoulders. And I'm going to press my fingertips and my knuckles in, reach my head forward. My creases and my elbows are front, and I'm hugging like I've got a rolled up newspaper there. Lats again. Ribs up, abs up, toes curled under, hover the knees. So I'm imagining that I'm going to push my head forward, reach out through the sit bones, step out through left foot, step out through right. So I'm in my plank position. I'm pushing my head away, pulling my belly up, and let's hold for 10, 9, 8, push the floor away, push the back, strong back, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, thumbs down, Brenda, a little bit, 2, 1. Now knees to mat where you are, and lift your feet. Yeah? Ears up, abs up, and all I want you to do is bend your elbows so your forearms come down onto the mat. Like this. Press your hands in. Now imagine you're pulling the floor towards you a little. Pull the belly up. As you bring yourself forward, chest in line with hands, bend the elbows to the knees, press up, down, and back up. And down we go, and up. Bend the elbows. So my elbows are staying close to my body. They're not going out to the side yet. 6. Strong everywhere. 5. 4. Nice. For 3. Down, strong even when you're going down. 2. Last 1. And we're up. And let's this time just sit all the way back, but don't change your hands, because I'm going to make you come back up again. So don't change anything. I just uncurled my feet and set back. Lengthen my head down. Relax your shoulders. Pull up in the abdominals. And bring yourself forward again. Shoulders over. My toes are curled under. My ribs and abs are drawn up. And I'm going to slide your shoulder blades down. My toes are curled under. And I'm just going to plank it out. That's all I did. Now tip your knees back off the floor. And plank it out. Tip your knees. And out. And 5. And 4. Don't lower and lift the bum. Look, my bum stays still. I reach out through my sit bones. 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the mat. Leave the knees there. Yeah. Walk the hands out to the side a little. Push the head forward. Push the armpits down, ribs up. Lift the feet. Pull the belly up. Elbows out to the side and up. Elbows out. Use your abs for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, collapse. Collapse on the floor. Okay, I'm just moving my stuff because I need you to do something. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pillow and I'm gonna put it under my ribs, so it's under my chest. If you have the blue ball on, do that, but it just can't be too pumped or it'll make you feel sick. Okay, I'm gonna take my hands out to the side in the baby swan position. So elbows are below my shoulders, hands are pressed into the mat, and I want to imagine that I'm trying to reach my head forward to the end of the mat. Imagine I'm dragging the floor towards me. Pull the belly up, reach the tail long. Forget about the legs for a second. Just keep them strong and straight. Don't lift them. Tail long. Now, as you exhale, imagine absorbing the pillow into your chest. As you inhale, push your head forward and imagine you're trying to scoop the pillow out from under your chest. Reaching your tail long, so try and make sure that your tail doesn't drop. Exhale. Inhale, engage abdominals in the front. Again, I'm thinking about upper back because I'm getting such a high chest lift. Reach that pillow away. If you really push your elbows into the mat, scoop your heart forward. 1 more. Hold it up. So hold up your chest lift. Now don't look at the camera. I'll explain as best as I can. I don't want you to turn your neck. So press your hands down and elongate the back of your neck, the base of your skull. Pull the belly up and push the pubic bone in, and now lift your legs. But make sure that you haven't dipped your lower back, that there's no pain there. Pull up in the lower abdominals and take the hands off in line with the ears. So shoulders should be well worked out now. Hands in line with the ears. Pull the belly in, and you're going to reach the arms in a capital Y position. Okay? And then as you bend your elbows, put your hands on the back of your head and lift a little higher. Go to your capital Y. Hands to the back of your head. Watch your lower back. So you want to keep that high chest lift. Mary, that's perfect. And capital Y. Yep, perfect. Go on. Watch your neck. So you want to stay up nice and high. Keep going. Press out to the capital Y and back and touch your head. Out to the capital Y and back. So you're out and back. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Of course, Pam, you look like you're levitating. Let's go for 4. Tail long. 3, 2, and last 1. Hold it out in that capital Y. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Pull the belly up. Tail long for 3, for 2, for 1. Take the hands back to the floor, and you might need to just sit up for a second just to stretch out that lower back. I know how tight it can become. So just do that. I just need to move my mat out. So I've put my pillow now in front. When you're ready, come back down to the mat. Take your time. We're nearly done. So I've put my pillow out in front of me here. And I've got both hands on the pillow in front, just my hands. Now I want to slide my shoulders down so the pillow should be drawn almost towards you. Tuck the ribs up inside. I'm just wriggling my waist longer, reaching my tail, lifting my legs. Yeah, now really pull the waist up and in and almost lift your chest towards that pillow. So I'm back up in a little chest lift. I'm not in a very big chest lift, just a little one, neck long. Now really pull the abs up, and I'm going to take my left hand out to the side, palm up, thumb to the side of the body, and bring it back. Do the same with the right. Squeeze. I want you to think about those shoulder blades going down and actively press into the pillow with the opposite hand. Keep the abs, keep the chest lift. Let's go. 5, 4, pull the belly up, lift the legs, lift the chest. 3, 2. Now on this last one, leave the hand there. Thumb touching the side, belly up, long neck. Take the other hand with you and pulse the arms up. Pulse up. Keep the body still. Squeeze. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the hands to the front to each side of the pillow. Thumbs facing the ceiling again. We're going back to that position. So reach the head to the pillow. Reach the tail to the wall. Lengthen the front of the hips. Pull the belly up. Pull the pelvic floor up. Lift the arms higher than the pillow. Thumbs facing up. Lift the right arm, left leg, and change. And change. Try not let that head bobble around. Stronger arms. If it bothers you, just leave one finger tipped on the floor, lift, change. And 3, and 2, and 1. Take the hands to below the shoulders, and let's press up. I'm going to tuck my tail, round my back, and start sitting back towards my heels. Just take a second to stretch out that lower back, pulling up inside. When you're ready, take a seat onto the mat, and we're going to roll down. Now, here's your options. We're just going to do our 100 as our last kind of workout. After that, we're just going to do two or three stretches. But you can go into your tabletop position for your 100 or your legs long position from now, depending on your level. If you're going legs long, you need to be mindful of your lower back. So it's that pull up in the front, the relaxing of the diaphragm and the ribs. As I reach my arms, I'm just going to shuffle my shoulders and my waist. I'm going to squeeze my inner thighs together and squeeze my feet together. So they're working. I'm going to reach my arms up to the ceiling. If your lower back is an issue, take your legs to tabletop now. On the exhale, ribs. As I lift up head and shoulders, my legs float up too. And I'm going to reach my hands forward. Now, if you had pools of water just underneath you, tap the pools of water, lift the water. Tap and lift. I want to think about lengthening the back of my neck up to the ceiling using just my abdominals. If wrists are strong, if my neck is bothering me, I'm going to take my head in my hands. I'm going to breathe in and open my elbows, breathe out and close. I'm not, however, letting my head go down. Don't strain your neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Watch the neck. Remember, you have a ball or a pillow, so you can put it behind you. Just 4 more. 3. Breathing fully in. Engage. Push the head up. Push the middle back. Soften diaphragm. Pull up in pelvic floor. Squeeze your waist. Squeeze your hips. 1 more breath. And rest. Nice. Hug the knees in. Relax the neck, but we're going to sort that out now. Okay, so either a ball or a pillow. I'm just going to use the ball for now. Pillows, absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm put it under my bra strap. It's under my middle back. Man, you know where that is anyway. So middle back. Now I want to lengthen my waist, so I'm not dropping my waist like this down to the mat or arching it too much. I want to just reach it away and find my neutral, maintain neutral. This is a nice stretch. If you're sitting at a desk working from home, mightn't be a bad idea to do this throughout the day. So I'm pressing my head back into my hands, and I want to just think about lengthening the back of my neck into my hands. So before I do anything, that's what I'm thinking of. The weight of my head is nice and heavy. My chest is sliding down. So are my ribs, and I'm going to gently draw up in the abdominals. As I exhale, I'm going to curl up, keep your elbows in close. I'm going to just curl up like we were doing earlier. And I want to imagine that I could inhale and push the ball out from underneath me or the pillow. Curl up a little higher. So I'm almost envisioning that I could push the ball out. Now, as I exhale, this is probably my favorite. I'm going to open my elbows and extend over the ball. Try not let your neck shorten too much, so I'm kind of lengthening it away. Extend, open the elbows wider. As you breathe out, narrow ribs, narrow elbows, curl up, breathe into the ball. Open chest. And last one, let's hold this extension. So I'm going to extend over the ball. Breathe in like you're trying to absorb the ball into your chest. And exhale. Let's round up, and I'm just going to hold the back of my thighs so I can round all the way up to seated. Take the ball away, and you're just going to straighten those legs out. I want to find my height. I'm pushing down a little into my legs to get the opposition. So sit thumbs into the mat. Reach through the heels. Push the sacrum away. Push the head up to the ceiling. Take the hands out in front like you're saying stop, so flex through those wrists. I want to pull my waist back, and as I reach forward, I want to imagine I'm pushing the wall in front away. I'm not thinking about going to my knees, I'm thinking about reaching like I'm diving over my toes. In opposition, tail to the mat. Breathing in. Each exhale, deepening it. Reach your lower back away. Go on, tuck your tail underneath. Reach that lower back away. Reach the neck away. Reach through the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Tall. Change nothing. Just bring your left sole of your foot into your right thigh. I'm going to turn facing camera. So I've got the left sole of my foot in. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. My right hand, I'm going to put it palm facing out, so it's out on my right leg, my right hand, right leg. And all I'm going to do is slide it down. If I get to here and I feel the lateral stretch, super. If not, you can go a little bit further. You can grab hold of the foot, but it's all dependent. But what I'm doing is I'm also pressing down on my left leg a little, just so I can rotate around. So I'm turning towards the left. I'm reaching my right hand to my right foot. Lengthen your waist. If this isn't enough for you, you can take the left hand off, reach it up and over, but that's a super stretch. Really nice breathing into those lateral muscles. Holding it for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's come back up and change legs. I'm still facing front, but I'm going to turn to my right now. My right hand is on my knee, but I'm not forcing it down. My left hand, I'm reaching it slowly. If I get to here, fine. Super. And then I could reach a little further. Each exhale, I could probably rotate a little bit more. Try and push out through that left hip, like you're trying to push the left hip away. If you find an anchor, a foot, or an ankle, go ahead and grab it. And breathe. Breathe in through the nose. Slow your exhale down, so maybe make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. If you feel comfortable with it, the right hand can come up to the ceiling and over, bicep in line with ear. Holding it for 7, 6, try and breathe into it for 5. 2 more. And back to center. Super job. I'm just going to show you one thing before we finish on our roll down, because I know not everyone is right beside a couch. Can you see me if I sit on my couch? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Okay. So if you do this after the class, so sit on your couch and imagine you're going to do a tricep dip. So put your hands really close to your bum. And then you're just going to slide down and sit on the floor. That's literally all I want you to do. So I've reached my legs away and I'm getting a shoulder stretch. If that's too deep, you can just put your hands and sit on a pillow so that you're not going so low down. But it stretches out your shoulders, sorts out those shoulders quite a lot actually. So I'm reaching my elbows behind me. I'm trying to sit up tall. I know I'm a bit curled forward, but I'm trying to sit up tall. So if you just do that when you're finished talking to me. But for now, if you curl your toes under, we always finish like this. So my toes are curled under. I'm going to take my hands to beside my knees. I'm going to go into that leapfrog position. So I'm stretching the back of my ankles. I'm going to leave my hands on the floor. Tuck my chin again to get the length in the back of my neck. I'm kind of diving over my knees. And then I'm going to straighten my legs as best as I can. But you can leave them bent. It's not necessary. Now we're all the way, Catherine, your hands should have been back beside your feet. So walk your hands back, Catherine, to your feet. Yeah. Now let your spine go into a nice passive stretch. So just let the spine lengthen. Reaching the sit bones away, bring the weight a little bit to the front of the feet. Feeling the hamstring stretch. Let the hands relax. And then round up one vertebrae after another. Stacking as you go, using the abs. All done, guys. Happy bank holiday